Hey guys, what's going on? Back again. I thought I'd do a quick video just talking about a comment I got on my last video or a couple videos ago where someone was basically asking about the prop farming and, is it legit? Does it work? How's it going? Because they were a little bit worried about jumping in because it is expensive, and I agree it is expensive. And they're asking about, is there any other way that they can do it? So I thought about it and I was like, actually, I'm going to talk about this while I am doing my back test. So as you can see, I have this back test going on. If you guys remember, I said I was going to back test the whole of 2022, starting with $2,700, as you can see there, $2,700. And my lot size, how I'm playing this now, is 0.01 per $500. So as you can see, I am now sitting after finishing the 21st of April, 5,513. So I am now on a 0.11 lot size. And what I'm basically doing is I am going, let me go to 1 second. I'm basically trading my EMA strategy. So I've gone to the 25th, 6 a.m. That's kind of when I'd be looking at starting. And so, for example, here I'm on 0.11, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm trading my EMA until I am in 5 positions. I initially was going to do 10 positions, but 10 positions is a little bit more aggressive, so you can go 10 positions. I'm just doing 5 positions, and then from there, as soon as I'm in my 5th position on the EMA, I am switching over to the hedging strategy. So I switch over to the 15-minute and I start hedging, and it's actually working incredibly well. So it's kind of taking the best of the EMA, and as soon as you start getting into that territory of the EMA getting a little bit hairy, you switch it over and then you hedge, and it actually works really well. So I'll kind of do this in the background while I'm talking about the prop farming. So let me just go through the first one. So obviously here I would take a sell. I'm high enough there, and then let's see how this goes. So I'll talk you through the first one, and then I will. Okay, there we go. We close. Nice little profit. Now we're looking at a buy. Okay, we take a buy. Whoa, 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 whoa. So I would have taken a new buy over there. So that's 2 positions. Big push down, probably taking another buy. So we're in 3 positions at the moment. Okay, I'll take another buy. And there's no set distance here. This is all kind of based on what's happening. So I'm giving this more room because I can see this is pushing down quite aggressively. So I'm in 4 positions already. The second I get into the 5th position now, what I already do before I go into the 5th position, I switch back and forward to the 15-minute. So on the 15-minute now, I would potentially look at putting my final position. What do you want? 7,500. If I take 700, I would potentially look at putting my next buy at 1065, because that way I am already kind of getting into my hedging. 65. Okay, so something like that. So let's see how this goes if I keep this going forward. And I could actually close there. I'm on $5.94, but for the sake of the strategy and how it works when you get into trouble, let's play it forward, but let's be a little bit more aggressive. Okay, right there, I mean, I would potentially close, but let's just see what happens. Okay, I can't push it more than that. That's $31. So I'm going to close that, and then we go back to the 1 minute. So I never had to actually hedge there, so that's fine. So I'm going to keep doing this. I will talk about the prop farming in the meantime while I'm doing this. But if I get into a position where I'm hedging, then I will quickly stop talking about the prop farming and talk you through what's happening here. Okay, so as I mentioned, someone was talking to me about the prop farming, and asking about, how's it going for me? Is it legit? Does it work? All the questions I suppose you would ask when you are not sure about something. where it seems good, but you're worried that it's just a scam. And I myself am in the prop farming blueprint. It's a company called Blue Edge. I'm sure you guys have seen it before. I'm doing the prop farming, which is basically a very quick description of what it is. It is use of an EA from this company to basically farm prop firms. It's as basic as that. They have a whole list of different set files that you can use with this EA, and they have a leaderboard now which is created by the community, so you can basically create your own set of rules and your settings on this EA, and you getting very good results. You will go onto the leaderboard somewhere in the top 100, and they have a competition that the top 5 every month are actually earning money, so there's a lot of incentive for us as a community to continue testing. And what this does is it essentially fast tracks the power of this EA. So you have essentially like 1,000, 2,000 people testing it, continuously testing different set files. So we are continuously getting amazing set files, and we've just now recently got set files that are getting close to 90% success rate. And maybe that was just a good run, and this is over the last year. It was initially 90, 91. After the last few weeks, it's dropped down to 89. But you know, we're in December. December is notoriously bad for trading, so it's understandable that it's dropping a little bit now. But this is the set file that I'll be running in the new year. So now if I go back to his question, yes, it is good and it's going fairly well, and it is not a scam. They're a business. Look, they're a business. You've got to pay for their service. You've got to pay for their EA, and it's not cheap. So basically, it's just shy of $3,000 to buy into the prop farming blueprint. So they have loads of different other subscriptions that you can buy into. The prop farming one is the one that gives you access to 5 licenses for the EA, so you can trade 5 different accounts on the EA. They give you access to all the set files that are available, the leaderboard, everything that you would need to run the blueprint. I myself am currently sitting on a $100,000 account, a live account, not a live account, a prop funded account, a funded account, and a $10,000. I did have two $100,000 accounts. The second one I actually never received anything from. I lost it before I received. That happens sometimes. That's just the way it goes. You've got to play it through. On the accounts I do have, I've already cashed out, I think, about 4 times. And I put it this way, I've made my money back for the prop farming. I've paid myself back for the amount I've put into the prop farming. So anything now is basically profit. So from that point of view, it does work. And I've gotten very passive. I've not even pushed it that aggressive. I am going to start going more aggressive in the new year because of this new set file that just has increased the potential way more. I mean, essentially you could be passing 8 out of 10 challenges. You could be making the full 8 or 10k profit on a $100,000 account 8 out of 10 times. So I'm going to push it way more aggressively, and I'll do an update on this once I have started going more aggressive. So that is basically my take on the prop farming and it being legit. It is legit. It does work. Now that being said, obviously there is, I have to add this disclaimer, as you can see on the screen, because there's no guarantee. Obviously, no one can guarantee your success. This is a means of farming these prop firms, but at the end of the day, everything you do comes down to the individual. And if you are following the blueprint 100%, the amazing thing about these guys is if you follow their blueprint 100% and you take your first 5 challenges and you fail all 5, you not only will get your full prop farming subscription refunded, but they will also refund you all 5 of the fees that you paid to take those 5 challenges. So that was the reason I went in initially. It was also the reason I started very slowly, because I followed the rules 100%. And I ended up passing my second challenge. So, it worked very well. And that is a huge incentive to jump in, because you have that kind of safety net of if it hits the fan, you can just pull out and get all your money back and you go on your way, try find something else. So, these guys are not going to tell you that you're 100% going to make cash or you're going to hit this amount in this many months, or everything comes down to the individual. So all I can say is it has worked for me. I can tell you from my experience, it is working, and it's not a scam. So I did say to him, because I was thinking, how could you do this if money is tight? And I was like, why don't you just sign up for their normal account where you get one license, and then start taking the 10K accounts and slowly build up. One thing I didn't think about, and he actually brought it up, is the normal account actually doesn't give you access to the set file. So you cannot really do the prop farming unless you sign up for the prop farming account. So I was like, okay, that won't work. So the other option I've given him is find a group of people that you trust and that trust you, 4, 5 people that are willing to invest a small amount for the potential of some kind of growth at the end of the year. So if you had 5 people, you're all putting in a little over, here we go, let me work it out for you guys. So if you've got, what is it, it's 3,000, but let's say you're doing it 4 people. 4 people are doing it, each person puts in $750. If you can afford that, that's fine. If you're doing it between 5 people, you're looking at $600 per person. So everyone puts in their $600 initially. Then you could start by taking the $10,000 accounts. When you get your first payout on a $10,000 account, you will be making $800. So you would have created enough of a capital to buy into, now going into maybe 25K accounts, and you slowly grow it to a point that you've got to maybe 2 or 3 50K accounts. When you're getting your full payout from a 50K account, you are looking at about $4,000. So with $4,000, if you've got 3 accounts doing that, you essentially could make around 10K in a month just with a 50K account if you've got 2 or 3 of them. Let's say you're only making 6,000 from 2 or 3 accounts. You've still at that point given everyone that's involved in your little group their money back, and at that point everything that's made is profit. So maybe splitting the cost, that's one way to do it, and then eventually getting to a point where each one of those 4 or 5 people, you will have enough to basically sign up for a new prop farming account for each of them. So you get to a point where it's kind of paid for everyone to have their own account, and at that point each one of the 4 or 5 can have their own account with potentially up to 5 Titan X accounts running, all on a 100K account that they've passed. So the potential at that point is like anywhere from 25K upwards potentially. So that's how I would suggest, and that is how I suggested for him to do it, is do it that way. It's a way of breaking the fee down, and I would only suggest this with people that you trust and people that trust you. Don't do it with just random people that you say, are you willing to invest this much? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to have people trying to screw you over. So only do it with people you trust, and people that can spare the $600 or $700. Because at the end of the day, you've got to say to them, this might not work. This might not work. Are you willing to lose that $500 or $600? Only if they're willing to lose it, should you then go in. So I think that's probably the best way I could suggest to break the fee a little, break that cost a little bit. Yeah, so I think anyone looking at going into this maybe in the new year and is a little bit shy of cash, that is the way I could suggest. But again, make sure you choose the right people. You can break it into 3 people, and that's $1,000 each. If you can afford that, do it. I think the less people involved, the better. You don't want to have like 10 people involved, because then I think max you should have involved in this a little syndicate is 5 people. I wouldn't suggest more than that. But the prop farming thing, I think it has so much potential, and the fact that this has become a community thing, it's like the community is developing and growing the leaderboard. It's amazing. And what the leaderboard also ensures, that you've always got a set file that is working in the current market conditions. Because, for example, when I first joined, the set file that was working then is not working now. I mean, it's getting about maybe a 48% pass rate, which you could still make money off. Believe it or not, 48%, 45% pass rate, you could still actually make money. But in the current market conditions, it just doesn't work as well. And the new set file that they have, which is getting about a 90% pass rate, that's incredible. No one's really been able to fully run it live because this came out towards the end of November, so we were going into December. So not the best month to be testing it, and I'm actually not. I've turned off both my funded accounts on the Titan X just because, you know, there's no ways I'm going to let it run in December, because December just is notoriously bad. And if you look at the back tested results for all of these set files, I don't think any of them perform well in December, just because December being December, you know, it is what it is. December just is a very strange month. I am also doing my same strategy on a live account. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've actually opened the 5th. Let me just go now to. So here we go. We are in 5 positions now, guys. So I can show you exactly how we would now trade. So as soon as I drop below this 1070, I will place a sell for, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0.55. So that's what we're looking at now, 0.55. That'll be my sell. Okay, hold on, we actually were in, not quite, but we were in profit there. Okay, we're in profit there, we can close all. So we have not yet actually got to a position where I can actually show you it working. But yeah, so the prop farming thing, guys, you know, I'll tell you right now, I think it's definitely worth it. I think for 2023 it's looking good. We have this leaderboard, we have this incredible set file that I'm super excited to test. I am actually looking at going in from the first, not probably the second week of Jan. I am going to start on $10,000 accounts, and I'm just going to run this because I just want to see it work first. I'm not going to just jump in with a $100,000 account. I am going to just trade it super slow and see how it goes. So my 100k account is a little bit under. I think I'm sitting at 98,000 because I did let it go a little bit into December, so it was kind of silly. But I stopped trading that, and I will work my way back out over to the the start point. Whether I do that manually or with one of the set files, I will decide. But I'm pretty confident I can get that back. Then the 10k account, I have just got my new credentials, so that's sitting at 10k, and that I will be starting on that strategy that is getting 90%, and I'm going to be looking for the full 10% on that. So 1k profit will give me an $800 payout, so that's what I'm hoping for. So we'll see how that goes. And then as soon as I pass a new challenge on the 10k, a new 10k, I'll be basically putting those two together. So the two 10ks will become a 20k, and at that point I'm going to go in on a 100k account and see how that goes. My current 100k account is my passive account. I'm just holding on to that one to pay me, enough money to keep taking the 100k accounts. So I'll push that to about $2,000, take my profit, and then essentially I've got 3 new buy-ins. And that's how I'm playing it. I'm keeping one account as my passive. The second I get my next 100k account, I am going full aggro on that one. I am looking for 10k, or I'm looking to lose the account. Because if I hit my 10k, that's an 8k profit. And I'm looking to do that hopefully on 4 accounts. I'm going full aggro. As you guys can see here, we are, if I go back to my back testing, it's going well. The Hovis, what I call a Hovis strat, the best of both, going very well. I will actually start trading that as well on my live account in the new year. So that's a $2,700 account that I'm looking at just growing, and see where that goes by the end of the year. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all. Let me just do a little bit more back testing here so you guys can kind of see how it goes. Where are we now? We are on the 26th. What did I say? 25th to the 29th about. And as you can see, for each of these, I've written down over here if we are currently in a hedging position or what happens. So these, we did not hedge. These were just using EMAs. These ones were hedged. So all of these I had to get into hedging position. So let me see if I can get into a hedging position here so you guys can see how I get out of trouble. Let's just go through. Should have potentially taken a... Okay, I'm going to take a buy here. Okay, I think we can close that. Nice little profit. And we can potentially start taking a sell now. And close that again. And we are, what are we? So we're not yet at the next. Okay, I'm going to take the buy. Hold on, I think at that point we could have definitely taken some profit. Yep, nice little profit over there. Oh, we're on 0.55. Okay, that's too much. Well, that happens sometimes and it worked out. So I was wondering why the profits were so high. I'll take it though. Okay, so we keep moving along, And I do think this is a strategy that you could potentially go a little bit more aggressive, but you have got to be careful once you start hedging. You've got to know what you're doing because you can quickly get into some big drawdown. Let's take a sell. Okay, oh, another sell on that one. And another sell. 3 sells deep. And at that point right over there, I would oh, only $1? Okay, I think it's just because of the time of day. We are in some big spreads now, so. Okay, right over there, I would definitely have closed. Close all. Okay, and I'm now going to just wait till we get to 6 a.m. 6 or 7. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the 1 minute. Okay, on that push down, I'm going to take a buy. On that push down over there, I'll take another buy. And that's pretty good profit. Okay, I missed it. Let's say I missed that, right? I would have taken profit there, obviously. I missed my chance. And let's see if we get another. I think on this one over here, I definitely would have taken a buy. Nice long tail. Similar sort of distance. $10. I mean, I could close it there. I'm going to be a bit more greedy. Okay, I'll close there. And we take a sell. And we close all again. And it's that simple with the EMA, guys. You just keep taking profit until you get into trouble, and then you switch over to your the hedging, which just keeps you out of trouble. You know, the only thing that I struggled with the EMA strategy was when you did go, you know, 10. How I had my strategy before, I could go into like almost 20-30 positions, and at that point it gets a bit scary. And the problem with it is you could have 2 weeks where you've made maybe 5-10% profit, and then in 1 week, the following week, you could lose 40%. So it's one of those strategies that you could be trading for a whole 2 years, a year, 2 years, and literally not move. Have incredible weeks, but at the end of 2 years, you've not actually gone forward. So in that case, it's like, what's the point, right? What's the point of a strategy that never moves forward? And the incredibly powerful thing about this strategy now is I am concentrating on the profits. Obviously, the profits are moving forward, but I'm never, ever moving backwards. So it's like every step I take forward, that is as far as I will never go further back than that. And I'm constantly going forward, and then it's secured. Forward, secure. So you never move backwards. In this whole time testing the strategy, I've never closed with a loss. Yes, I have drawdown where my equity is below my starting point, but the point is I trust the strategy and I know where I'm heading. I have never closed with a loss. For example, let's just look at where we started over here. If I go back to Google, we were on 553, right? That was my starting point. So if I go back now, we're currently sitting at 57, so we're already in profit. Okay, we are, what are we on, 26? Where am I going till? I'm going till the 29th, okay? So we haven't needed the hedging. Sometimes if I need the hedging, I will then go into 2, sometimes even 3 weeks, if need be. Once I start hedging, I am basically waiting for the perfect time to come out of that position, and if that takes 2 weeks, so be it. But the point is, at the end of the 2 weeks, I will not be lower than my starting point. And I'm not talking about the starting point in the beginning of the year. So every time I've closed out and I start again, that's my new starting point, right? So for me now, my new starting point was 5,513. I will not drop down below that ever. And that's the key, is never moving backwards. It doesn't matter how far you go forward. The point is you never go backwards. And that, to me, makes it an extremely powerful strategy. Because I think a lot of people always think of strategies in how much can it make? How much can it make? And they don't think about, okay, how much can it lose? I'm thinking about it in the sense of this strategy is just always controlling my loss. I'm never dropping below a point. So my ladder is always climbing up, and there's never that big drop off. It's always moving up. And if you're compounding, that becomes extremely powerful. So, you know, over a year of trading this, you're going to see where this account gets to. So we currently now are sitting at the 29th of April. Or the 26th of April, we're sitting on $5,700. We started with $2,700. So in the space of, what's that, 4 months, we have doubled our account. We have added $3,000 to our account. And that's just going to grow and grow and grow, because my lot size is continuously growing as well. So the amount I'm earning is going to continuously grow. So it becomes very powerful not stepping backwards when you're slowly increasing the amount that you're trading with. So let's see what this account ends with at the end of the year. So let me just continue. I'm just going to trade until I get into a hedging position. I want you guys to just see how I hedge my way out. We'll close that, because that's the point of the strategy, is where it gets you out of trouble, right? So let's take a buy there. I could potentially take a new buy over there. Yes, this one. All right, that's a nice little profit. Close all, and we take a sell. This is the cool thing about the EMA. You are continuously making money. So before, when I was only trading the hedging strategy on its own, you know, sometimes it would be good weeks, and other times it would just be weeks that I'm just kind of like securing my pride. How would I say? So just making sure that I don't lose. So sometimes it would take me 2 weeks to just break even, which is fine, but it's nice to continuously make money in the meantime, you know. And that's why I've brought in the EMA, to make money all the time. We'll buy there. Oh, that would definitely have been a buy on that big push down there. And I know people are going to say, oh, you're going backwards and forwards because it's not a live market. But I know exactly where I would have bought if it was a live market. Okay, I know how I trade the EMA. So it's not cheating. It's not playing it like, oh, you know, you can see, because it doesn't make a difference me moving backwards and forwards. I only move backwards because I'm clicking so fast. Sometimes I go too far forward, but I know where I would have entered. So we're closing all there. Nice lot of profit. So when we get to a point where we actually are... Oh, hold on, this is looking good. Okay, we would have taken our first buy over there. Nice strong push down. Are we going to break that low? Yes, we do break that low, so I'm going to buy there, but I am aware that this is going to push down quite strongly. I'm going to keep my distance nice between each position. Okay, we are coming back. Nice profit there with only 3 positions. So as you can see, you very rarely will be using your hedge, but it's there. It's in your back pocket waiting for the times when you get into trouble, you know. So, oh yeah, nice buy there. Pushing down hard. Nice, another buy. This is huge volume now coming in. These are going to keep going down. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. If it pushes down again, I am going to take a buy right over there. So we're now 3 positions deep. And I think at the bottom of that push down there, I would have taken another buy. We're now 4 positions in. So now what I can do is I can switch over to the 15-minute. Alright, and now what I'm going to do is I am going to place the next position, which is a 600, which is kind of exactly where we are now. 600. We are 1, 2, 3, 4 positions deep. So I will need the next line over there. So it'll be 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, all right. So now let's see. So what I might do now is, if we break that, I'm going to start my hedging. It's only 4 positions, but it's just that I don't want to wait all the way until we get to the next line, because that's just going to be too much drawdown. So I'm going to place my hedge, just show you where below that. If it breaks there, I'm hedging it, okay? So I'm just going to delete that just because I wanted to show you guys. And this is now going to be a 4-4. So it's not the full 5 positions, but this is just where I'm going to put in my hedging. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Okay, there we go, and I'm going to place my sell. So we are now hedging, and this is the first time we have. I am going to place my next, which is 5, 5. I mean 500, 1, 0, 5, 0, 0. Okay, right. So now let's see what happens. So now, essentially what I'm doing with this hedge position is I am in control. I have said, okay, I'm not going to go into more drawdown. This is where I control. I step in and I will wait for price to do what I want to do before I continue. So price will either come up to this line over here, the 1065, and then I will close all of the buy positions and I will add a new sell for 0.44. Okay, and that'll be my new position. Or what I would do is I would wait for it to come down to this over there, and I will close this sell along with 2 of the top positions, as long as my sell is still higher than both of those together. So let me go through it with you guys. Okay, we are pushing down. So now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for a sign that we are going to turn around. If this keeps going, I just hold on to it. I want to see a clear turnaround before I actually... Not yet. Okay, right over there. So our sell is currently 107, so I can close the top position, okay? So I'm going to close that, or I could wait until it gets further down. But for the sake of just trading this through, let's close the sell, and we close the top one. So even with those two, we're still about $20 in profit. Perfect, and now we take a new buy for 0.11, okay? And we are going to take a buy over there. And now essentially all we're looking for is to get all of these kind of break even. If it pushes further down, I open up a new sell, no problem. Okay, so right over there, I am now going into another 0.44, no problem, and we sell. We're patient, we will keep playing with price until we are ready to pull out. Okay, so right over there, sorry guys, as soon as we hit that and we have that huge tail, to me that shows that we have a potential turnaround. I am going to close my sell. Again, it is $164, and our top position is negative 137. So we are still $30 in profit. We can close both of them, and that's why I'm just keeping all my positions close together. So now I go back to the 0.11, and I can open up that buy. And now let's see what happens. Okay, that's looking good. So we are sitting at, I think we are 743. So I could potentially close now. I'm still happy with that. I would like to see maybe the 2 bottom positions in profit. If it breaks down further than that, okay, I'm going to take a new sell. I think I could have closed, but let's just keep going. 4-4, I could open a sell, and we keep going. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I need the next... my next ladder, which will be 4-5. 4-5. Obviously, I'm not going to go into too much detail with this strategy because it's my strategy and I don't want to give it out for nothing. If anyone is interested in this, and I've not even started on a live account, so you know, there's no guarantee with anything. So if you're interested in it, let me know. I'd be interested to turn this into a strategy that I potentially give out or mentor, maybe do some kind of mentorship with this, teach people how to trade it. But I don't know. It would depend on how much interest I have. So again, I'm in control. I am controlling price. Well, not controlling price. I'm controlling what happens with my positions. So as you can see, we are already on the 5th. So we are way over our week there. So as you can see from here, I was looking going to the end of 29th, but we've now gone in further. So I will just keep trading this until I am out. And that's just how it goes. All I want to do is secure my profits and not move backwards. So, okay, there, perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for price to either get up there, I will close all my positions, or if it breaks further down, I am going to close. I want to see a good sign of price. I'm going to wait. Okay, so what I'm going to do after that big push up, because to me that's a hunt for stops at the top. I think we might push down and come further down. I might be wrong. So what I am going to do is I am going to close all of these positions. I'm going to close all the buys. Close. And all of them are in profit, so I'm happy with that. And now I only would need to move down a little bit with the 2 sell positions. I'm going to take a new sell over here, and I'll only enter a new buy on that position up at the top there. Okay, so let's see what happens. $600. So essentially, I am ahead now. 833. So I can potentially close now. I'm going to look for it to get to these tops over there because it makes sense that it would bounce off that. Okay, whoa. I wouldn't do that much. So as soon as we had that push down, I would definitely close. I would close all, and suddenly our profit is 6,088. Have not moved backwards, and we actually got a nice little profit from that as well. I could potentially have closed then, we still would have been okay. So if we go back to, and I just type in the date that we finished, which was, where are we now? The 5th of the 5th. Okay, so we go to to May the 5th. Okay, and what is our current balance? It is 6088, and we used hedging once. Just place that there. What would that make our balance? 6088 minus 5513. So we earned $575 in that period, 575, which I'm happy with. We're currently not in any drawdown, so that's 0. And that's it, guys. From May the 25th to that, so what is that about? Let's just check quickly. May the 25th, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trading days. We made $575. I'm happy with that. I would rather make $575 than potentially only be, if I'm only trading the other strategy, sitting in a position where I'm about 20% in drawdown. You know, I know which one I would choose all day long. So this strategy is going extremely well. It's super stress-free trading, for me at least, because I understand it. I know how to get in and out. The only thing you've got to understand is I'm trading this on a simulator, so I'm going through price really quickly. For example, that was 2 weeks of trading, and almost a whole week in my hedge. Once you go into hedging, you could potentially be in that hedged position for, you know, a couple of weeks. But the point of it is to never move backwards. I am never ever, you'll look at the balance at the end of, okay, I shouldn't say end of week, at the end of trading session, should I say. I'm never dropping down, and this is the key. So at the end of May, so in 5 months, I've taken my account from $2,700 to $6,088. And this is genuinely how I think it will go. I am also in these positions, and I've been in this USD CHF trade for, I'm not even joking, I've been in the same hedged position now for I think 2.5 weeks. Unfortunately, being in December, as you can see, price is literally just ranging between these areas. So I think these will be, I'll be holding these until the new year, and then at that point I'll be getting out. I didn't want to be in this position. Unfortunately, I'd accidentally forgotten a pending order that opened, so I'm now in it and trading my way out of it. GBP USD, I am in one hedge position there as well. So essentially what I'm doing with this is I'm waiting for this to either go up to this point or this point to basically cancel out this bottom trade, as long as I'm still in profit, and then I'll just be back to two positions. And in this one, I was trading a little bit more aggressively. So now essentially what has to happen is I have to go all the way up to this position up here to close out all of these in profit, and then I will open up a new sell for two lots. So a little bit more aggressive this one, or I would wait for this to push further down to about this point, because I would like this position to cancel out the top two. So that's what I'm waiting for, and that's the power of this strategy. I'm now in control. I've been in the same position for 2.5 weeks. I just every now and then come in and look at the market. I've got a alert up there. I would also have an alert down here somewhere, but I have to pay more, and I'm not going to do that. So I basically just keep checking in. This Pepperstone demo account I started about a month or so ago with this strategy, and I started on $5,000. The account balance is now $9,656. I think I was about $8,700 when I started these positions. So as long as I go back over 8,700, or was it 7,700? I can't remember. I think it might have been, I've got to look back. It was either 7,700 or about 8,700. But either way, as soon as these guys all kind of balance out and I get myself out of these, I reckon I'll be sitting at about $9,000 profit, potentially more. So even if this takes me a month to get out of these trades, if I end up closing out and my balance is anywhere around 9,000, I've still moved forward. It's taken a little bit of time, but rather that than losing the money. So this account started at $5,000, guys. $5,000 about a month ago, and it's currently sitting at 9,600. So far going incredibly well, and this is live market. Getting myself into the kind of speed at which it trades. Sometimes you just got to be in it for 2.5 weeks, but going well. So I will also be looking at starting my live account, my real account, which is also with Pepperstone, for I think it's got $2,700 in, and I am going to be trading that the whole of next year and seeing how much I can grow that account with this strategy. So follow along with that, guys. That's it. That's all. I hope it was clear, the prop farming thing. If you guys are interested in the prop farming thing, and you have the spare 3,000, I would say you need, obviously the 3,000 is for the prop farming as well. That's obviously not including any challenge fees. If money is tight, I would definitely suggest jump into the prop farming, but then start slow. Maybe start with what I would do is every week you could start a new 10K challenge. The other way you could do it is every week you could start 2 10K challenges, one using the top set file and using another set file, which if you look at them side by side, look at wherever the good one is losing, find one that is always passing when that one is losing. So kind of have 2 running side by side, and try and get to the point where you have 5 live 10K accounts. Then take the profits from those, and then start taking, as soon as you start taking 25K accounts, take a 25K, because you're going to need that license. Combine 2 10K, so you would have a 20K account, or even combine all of them if you want to have a 50K account, and then you're freeing up 4 of your licenses. That's how I would do it, and then just slowly let it grow. Let it grow to a point where firstly you've paid yourself back for the $3,000, and secondly you start making profit. But I would definitely recommend this for anyone that has. If you've got 5,000 spare and you want to know where you can invest it, I would say this is a very good investment opportunity, because I don't think anywhere, no bank, no other investment will give you the payback that this will as quickly. And the community is incredible. You know, if you have any questions, people are there to answer your questions all the time on Discord, and they have incredible support as well. So if you guys are interested, I would ask please to use my affiliate link. I have an affiliate link. It helps me out. If not, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm not going to force you guys to use it, but I would be grateful if you did, because it does help me out a little bit. But yeah, that's it, guys. From me, all I can do now is wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Stay safe, enjoy, be with family, and yeah, get ready for the new year. All the best, guys, and we will see you guys next year. I'm not going to post anything else until the new year, and we will see you in the new year. 2023, here we come. It's going to be a big one. All right, guys, I'm out. Bye for now.